Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I am Vishakha Thakur. KindlyMD has acquired 21 Bitcoin for approximately $2.3 million as part of its treasury strategy. The company plans to merge with Nakamoto Holdings to pursue a Bitcoin accumulation strategy similar to that of Strategy. So the merger, expected to close in the third quarter of 2025, includes a partnership with Anchorage Digital for custody and trading services. Japanese investment company Metaplanet is raising $50 million through a private placement of zero-interest bonds as part of its strategy to increase its Bitcoin exposure. In a May 28 announcement, the company said it was raising $50 million through bonds. The bonds are issued in $1.25 million denominations and carry no interest, so investors will not receive regular payments, with any potential profit expected to come from the bond's redemption value. Now, the bonds are unsecured and not guaranteed, with neither a bond administrator nor collateral. Jack Dorsey's financial services firm Block will launch Bitcoin payments on Square, its payments processing arm, with the rollout to begin later this year before a full launch in 2026. The company announced the plan at the Bitcoin 2025 conference in Las Vegas on May 27, and where Block demonstrated the feature at the BTC merchandise store. Now, merchants will not be able to accept Bitcoin payments through existing Square hardware using the Lightning Network, Bitcoin's faster, lower-cost Layer-2 scaling network. Nasdaq has filed for crypto asset manager 21 shares to list a spot Sui ETF in the US, initiating the Securities and Exchange Commission's review process. The stock market's May 23 19B4 filing, which asked the SEC to list 21 shares Sui ETF, follows 21 shares April 30 submission of its S1 registration statement to the SEC, which asked the regulator to approve trading of proposed funds. So SEC must decide on 21 shares application by Jan 18, 2026 at the latest. British bank Standard Chartered dropped a prediction that Solana could rise to $275 by the end of 2025 and $500 by the end of 2029. Now, Jeff Kendrick, the head of digital asset research at Standard Chartered, shared these forecasts in a report published Tuesday. Currently, Solana is trading for $174, so this outlook is looking at a 54 to 180% surge. And however, even with this, the bank still expects Solana to underperform compared to Ethereum over the next 2 to 3 years, and Standard Chartered predicts the Ethereum to Solana price ratio will increase from about 14 today to 17 by the end of 2027. Kendrick explained this means ETH will keep a lead over Sol during this period. Vivek Ramaswamy's firm Strive Asset Management is raising a huge amount of money, up to $1.5 billion, to build a large Bitcoin treasury. As per the announcement, the company has raised $750 million through a private investment deal. Moreover, it could raise another $750 million if certain warrants are used. So this means they might end up with $1.5 billion in total. Now, Strive plans to use the money to build a large Bitcoin treasury by buying distressed claims tied to 75,000 Bitcoin from the now defunct Mt. Gox exchange. These claims are Bitcoin that creditors are still waiting to receive after the exchange collapsed years ago. SharpLink Gaming, a US-based digital marketing company serving the sports betting and iGaming sectors, announced today that it has secured a $425 million private placement to support a major strategic shift. The company plans to use this fund to buy Ethereum and make it a primary asset in its treasury. SharpLink has entered into a security purchase agreement to sell around 69.1 million shares at $6.15 each, and this deal is expected to close by May 29, 2025. Cardano daily transactions have reached a peak of 50,000, buoyed by glowing fundamentals, including the prospects of an ADA ETF. ADA price surging from the fallout of positive on-chain metrics, with traders keeping their eyes peeled for a potential price breakout. Now, enthusiasm for the approval of spot ADA ETF has reached a peak ahead of May 29 deadline. The US SEC will give its decision on May 29, with approval odds on Polymarket climbing to 71%. In a significant step towards bolstering India's digital infrastructure, the state of Chhattisgarh in East Central India has launched the foundation for the country's first AI-based data center park. The facility was inaugurated by state's Chief Minister Vishnu Deosai. The initiative is reportedly projected to generate approximately 2,000 employment opportunities, 500 of which will be direct jobs, and if it emphasizes the recruitment of local talent. The Chhattisgarh facility, occupying 5.5 hectares, will be operated by Rack Bank Data Centers, Private Limited. Of this, 2.7 hectares will be designated as a special economic zone entirely devoted to AI-oriented services and infrastructure. El Salvador added 8 additional BTC to its crypto reserve despite International Monetary Fund warnings. The IMF recently struck an agreement that included guidelines to curb crypto holdings in El Salvador. So according to Arkham Intelligence reports, the nation has acquired a total of 6,200 Bitcoin worth over $674 million. That's all in the bulletin today. Keep watching 3.0 TV for more such updates and do log on to our website www.3versetv.io or scan the QR code.